Good afternoon, community, and welcome to a live stream for today on a Friday afternoon. So not quite our usual Wednesday evening stream, but I'm excited to have a discussion today. More on about the future of remittances and a discussion about cross-border payments. Since I think this is really the future of how our fintech platforms will eventually evolve to serve the everyday Filipino and for our OFWs abroad and people living in other countries. So I hope everyone can reshare the stream, drop a react on our Facebook, repost it on X, and also drop your comments on the comment section of our Facebook Live. I guess we can head straight into our AMA for today. So I'd like to introduce, our guests for this Friday afternoon. First, I'd like to bring up our teammate Sophia De from the BD team. Sophia, good afternoon. How are you doing? Maybe you can give a short introduction about yourself and what you do at Coins.
Yeah, thanks so much, Tracy. And hi, everyone. I'm Sophia, and I've been with Coins for over a year now. I'm part of the International Partnerships team, where I handle and manage our partners with cross border flows. Those focus on remittances inbound to the Philippines and outbound. And a big part of what we do is growing our ecosystem, building solutions that address the needs of our Filipino community, both here and abroad.
All right, thanks, Sophia. And I'd also like to bring up on stage our guest from BCRemit, our star of the show today, Gio. Welcome to the Community stream. How are you doing? Maybe also give a short introduction for those who haven't, made your acquaintance and aren't familiar with you yet.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Gio Calma, the co-founder of BCRemit, and we provide a better way for our OFWs to send their love home. And of course, by love, I mean their hard-earned money that they send to provide for their families here in the Philippines. We're a fintech company offering disruptive online money transfer service, and we started BCRemit with a simple goal in mind: to make sending money back home easier, faster, and more affordable for our OFWs. And I think we've achieved that, especially because of the things we're going to talk about today, which is blockchain and stablecoins.
Awesome. Thank you, Sophia and Gio. Welcome so much to the stream. And I guess some guys, maybe we can show, as a kickoff to our audience, how BC Remit works so that we can use it as a jump off as well to understand the steps in using your platform. So allow me to share that on screen and show it to our viewers.
BCRemit, sending money to the Philippines is as easy as 1, 2, 3. First, download the app from the App Store or Google Play Store. Launch the app and click the sign up button to get started. Enter your email address, create a secure password, and click Create Account. To ensure that we get your money safely to your beneficiaries, we are going to need a few details. Enter the necessary information, then choose your preferred delivery option. Finally, enter the amount you want to send. Choose your payment method and press send. It's that simple. Secure, fast, convenient. Send money to the Philippines now for as low as $2.99. Send love the BC Remit way.
All right. So it's very simple, as easy as 1, 2, 3, kamo nga. So I guess let's kick off the discussion for the afternoon with this question. So hit the ground running. Maybe Sophia, you can take on this one first. So I guess the first question is, so why did BCRemit decide to partner with coins.ph for stablecoin remittances?
Yeah, sure. We're really glad to be partnering with BCRemit on this. We have actually been working together for a few years now for another payment solution. So this next step into stablecoin-powered remittances feels very natural for both our teams. And at Coins, our mission has always been to make innovative digital finance accessible to every Filipino. And to make that real, we have to work with strong, trusted partners who deeply understand the remittance journey end to end. BCRemit is exactly that. They're rooted in serving OFWs, they understand the pain points, and they've always pushed for faster, more affordable ways to support the Filipino community abroad. So when we looked at how stablecoins can remove intermediaries, deliver instant settlement, and bring down fees ng sobra, it was clear that combining BCRemit's strong sending network with Coin's crypto infrastructure would create a much better experience for OFWs and their families. I'd say we're really aligned in wanting to keep more value in the hands of the people who need it most.
Awesome. Thanks, Sophia. And maybe Gio, just to add to that as well. So why did you guys decide to partner with Coins for remittances?
Yeah, to add, well, Sophia pretty much covered a lot of it, but us at BCRemit, our goal really is to innovate with these technologies. So we've been exploring blockchain and stablecoins since 2019, actually, and we clearly saw the benefits that customers will be able to have instant transfers, lower fees, and higher exchange rates. And with those benefits, adopting this technology was a no-brainer. And then, of course, we needed a partner that to help us convert these stable coins into the local currency here in the Philippines. And that's where the partnership with coins.ph comes in.
Awesome. Thanks, Gio. I guess, as a follow-up question, so with regards to, the people that you service. So for BC Remit, why does the service only cover the UK, the EU, the United States, and Canada? And do you have plans to expand your services to the Middle East and other Asian countries that also have large Filipino communities?
Yeah, that's a good question. Actually, we started in the UK because my father was an OFW there. So we started in the UK. We launched there way back in 2016. And then when the pandemic hit, we grew significantly because of the rapid adoption of digital services there skyrocketed, and we greatly benefited from that. And then as we grew, we looked to expand to new markets. And since the EU is just in the UK's backyard, we expanded to the EU, particularly in Spain. But that process took a bit longer than expected. It took us maybe 2.5 years to 3 years to get our licenses in the EU. And even though the process took long, we are committed to getting these licenses and being regulated by the central banks, because for us, compliance is very important. And even if the process is long, we're committed to it because we want to give our customers peace of mind that they're dealing with a regulated entity, and from their perspective, they're sending their hard-earned money, and you know uh, we make sure that their funds are 100% safe. So we started in the UK and then expanded to the EU. And alongside EU, we also did US and Canada for the same reasons. Then, of course, in terms of expansion, we're also looking to expand to new markets, because really our goal is we want to be available in for every Filipino in every corner of the world. And we already have a joint venture in the Middle East, which we're looking to launch soon. And we're also exploring other markets like East Asia, Japan, and Korea, for example, as well as our nearby neighbors like Singapore and Hong Kong, and down south in Australia.
Awesome. Thanks, Gio. I guess, to move on and segue to our next question. So, the next question I have, maybe Sophia, you can tackle this one first, right? So maybe a lot of our community, I guess, for context, they come from a very crypto background, might not be familiar with how the tech really serves the everyday person, right? So this one, I guess, Sophia, maybe you can jump on this one first. So how does using the blockchain technology, the infrastructure, make transfers faster or cheaper than typical bank-to-bank wire transfers?
Okay, yeah. We actually like that question. Well, so at the high level, using blockchain makes transfers faster and cheaper because it removes a lot of the middle steps the traditional bank wires rely on. Sa typical bank-to-bank international transfer kasi your money has to pass through several correspondent banks. Each one may cut pa, and each one, of course, adds processing time. And that's why a simple remittance can take 3 to 5 days and cost anywhere from, I think, around 5 to 10%. Now, with blockchain rails, we remove those intermediaries entirely. And to make it easier to visualize, siguro I'll just walk you through the user journey. So with our partnership with BCRemit, so when a sender uses BCRemit, their fiat currency, whether that's pounds, euros, US dollars, or Canadian dollars, that's instantly converted into a stable coin like USDC or USDT. And we might have viewers who are new to the term, but basically Stable coins are a type of digital assets that's designed to maintain a stable value, and it's pegged one to a major currency. So, USDC and USDT are pegged to the US dollar. And also, unlike any other cryptocurrencies, the price doesn't super fluctuate up and down. So it's very ideal. And then once it's converted, the stable coins travels across the blockchain network. And that's where the speed comes in. Blockchain settle value in seconds to minutes, regardless of borders. And there are no correspondent banks, no cutoff times, no weekend delays. And on the receiving end demand, coins instantly converts that stable coin into Philippine peso and deposits it straight into the beneficiary's account here in the Philippines. So basically, we've cut out multiple expensive middlemen. The sender pays far less in fees, and the transfer arrives significantly faster. And mas malaki yung makukuha ng mga recipient natin here.
Thanks, Sophia. And I guess Gio also, to add to what Sophia mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, exactly what Sophia said. So because of stablecoins, we're able to circumvent the traditional means of sending money, which could take 3 to 5 days, and that's 3 to 5 banking days. So if it's a weekend or a long weekend, it could sometimes be even longer. So it's important that we are able to give our customers instant transfers, because more often than not, for our OFWs, their family here in the Philippines needed the funds yesterday. So making it instant is very important, and that's what stablecoins enable us to do. Instead of going through the traditional route, we're able to do things faster, send money instantly, and at the same time, we're able to lower our fees and give better exchange rates for our customers.
Awesome. Thanks, Gio. And I guess I'll pass the microphone back to Sophia for this next question. So, Sophia, you work with the BD team. Are stablecoin remittances, directly in competition with these traditional remittance companies, and do you see it more as, complementary to one another?
Okay. Yeah, complementary definitely. Because what we're doing with the BCRemit is actually like a stablecoin sandwich method. So the fund starts and ends in traditional fiat, pounds, dollars, euros, and the recipient receive Philippine peso. The only part that uses stablecoins is the middle layer where blockchain gives us the speed and cost efficiency. So for the users, nothing really changes in their experience except that the transfer becomes faster, cheaper, and more transparent. And the stablecoin part happens completely behind the scenes. And I think this really shows how digital players like us can work with established remittance operators and even banks. Everyone has their strengths. BCRemit has the trust and reach with OFWs, banks, and MTOs. Banks and MTOs still play a key role in the broader cash in and cash out ecosystem. And Coins brings in the blockchain rails and e-wallet capabilities to make the whole process more efficient. So we all have our strengths, and I think it's best to collaborate in a way that would allow everyone to play to their strengths.
Awesome. Thanks, Sophia. Yeah, I guess to throw the microphone back at you naman, Gio, no? So the question for you is, and also for Sophia afterwards. So, how will Coins and BCRemit ensure this, innovative solution of blockchain tech, is adopted and used by the millions of OFWs who are accustomed to very traditional methods?
Yeah, well, actually, our goal at BCRemit is to, of course, make it simple for them. The simpler it is, the easier it is for them to use, the more likely that they're going to adopt it. So that's number one for us at BCRemit. Make it as simple and as approachable as possible for our users. And of course, number two, it would be, since stablecoin is an innovation and it's more of going to be an innovation push to our customers. Of course, there's going to be a lot of marketing and education that's going to be involved, so that our customers can maximize the benefits of stablecoins.
Awesome. And I guess, Sophia, how can we, further more like make sure that, this kind of tech is adopted by the millions of OFWs abroad?
Yeah, I think I'll just add that we're really focused on making this experience seamless for our users. We're also leveraging our existing community of millions of users in the Philippines to showcase the benefits. Plus, with educational content, step-by-step guides, and customer support in place, we aim to make the switch to this innovative flow as smooth and reassuring as possible. At the end of the day, adoption would be about trust, simplicity, and giving people confidence that their money is safe and gets where it needs to go. And that's exactly what we're doing together with BCRemit.
Awesome. Thanks, Gio. Thanks, Sophia. I guess the next question that I have for you guys, tackles more of the, compliance, and this is a big, fundamental need, especially when you're dealing with, fintech and innovative solutions like this. So, Gio, back to you. I guess the next question I have for you both is, how do we assure our users that using stablecoins for remittances remains secure and compliant with both the local Philippine and international regulations?
Yeah. Yeah, as mentioned earlier, at BCRemit, we're compliance first. We make sure we follow the rules and regulations of the central bank, and that we're not doing anything that they don't want us to do. And apart from that, we also make sure that the partners we work with, like coins.ph, is also a fully licensed entity. And this is just to ensure that our customers could have the peace of mind that their funds are safe with us.
All right. Sophia, I'd also like to ask you, how do we assure our users, about being secure and compliant when they're using stable coins and our tech for remittances?
Yeah, I think Gio perfectly said everything that I wanted to say as well. But to also add, Coins is fully licensed and regulated by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. We have an EMI for our e-wallet, money changing, and foreign exchange license, and we also have a VASP for our crypto services. Every sender and recipient goes through proper KYC and KYB checks, and all of our processes follow BSP regulations. So the whole flow is fully compliant and secure. Users can feel confident that their money is safe, and the experience is both regulated and efficient.
Thank you. And I guess, Sophia, another follow-up question, for you. Speaking from the coins perspective, so maybe from what you've experienced working with the team, so maybe you can give an overview about stablecoin adoption in terms of cross-border payments and remittances, and what's the response been also globally, and do you expect it to be even more well received by Filipinos in the future?
Sure. Well, globally, we see stablecoins being increasingly adopted for cross-border payments and remittances because they solve two major pain points: speed and cost. Traditional international transfers often take days, as we mentioned earlier, and they come with high fees, whereas with stablecoins, yun yung nilalabanan and sinusolve niya. On our end, we expect Filipinos to respond positively because there are very tangible benefits. We also aim to significantly contribute to this adoption, of course. Coins is actually launching a major educational initiative to help Filipinos understand and take advantage of stablecoin powered remittances. I believe it will be from late 2025 through the second quarter of next year, and the campaign will focus on remittance and payments education. So really want to show users na kaya pa nating makasave sa remittance, really want to take advantage of what we have, what we can offer, so the families here of our OFWs can get more of what their family is sending. Because super nakakainain din kasi nasa fees lang napupunta yung significant percentage of their remittances. And yeah, I believe we will be announcing more details on that soon.
Thanks, Sophia. All right. So the next question I have for the microphone back to you, Gio. We preach, simplicity is really the key to onboarding users. So, just to make it clear for, the audience, do your recipients, need to understand crypto or own a crypto wallet to receive their funds via a stablecoin rail?
Yeah, so actually not at all. How we do it at the BCRemit app is we make it seamless for the user. So, all they know is that they're benefiting from a really good exchange rate. Well, actually, I'm confident in saying we have the best exchange rate majority of the time, and low fees, and they're instant transfers. They don't know it, but they're really benefiting from the power of stablecoin and blockchain. And so we do sort of the complicated stuff in the back end together with coins.
Thanks, Gio. Sophia, anything to add also to Gio's answer?
Sure. So just adding to what Gio said, funds sent via stablecoin rails can be received by recipient in either crypto or PHP. But that's also why we have partners like BCRemit to enable our users to receive PHP kahit crypto yung ginagamit namin on the back end. So you won't have to worry about understanding crypto as we'll already handle the conversion for you. And using your coins wallet, you can receive the funds sent to you in PHP. Then you can already use that to pay bills, buy load, transfer money to other banks and e-wallets here in the Philippines. You can also do crypto trading and so much more.
Awesome. Thanks, Sophia. I guess the next question, so pass the microphone back to Gio again. Gio, so stablecoin remittances account for about 23% of global flows. What percentage of the Philippines' annual remittance market do we aim to capture here?
Mhm. Yeah, that's a good question, and it's hard to tell, especially with the other players in the market. Like, I think a lot of the other players, they're still researching and trying to understand this technology, while us at BCRemit, we've been using it for almost 6 years now, so we fully understand it. And actually, a majority of our flows are already in stable coins. But you know, I think looking into the future, I don't see a future where 100% of the flows is stable coins, because the benefits are really clear. Instant transfers, low fees, and high exchange rates. And why wouldn't people want to transfer to that?
I guess to follow up with that, so maybe do you have a projection, on the total volume of stablecoin remittances, for our partnership?
Yeah, so right now we're doing almost $150 million annually worth of remittances in stablecoins. And of course, as our business grows and as stablecoin becomes more normalized, we expect this volume to just get higher and higher, especially now that in the US there is the Genius Act, which is the stablecoins rules and regulations there. I believe stablecoins will just become the norm, and since the US is adopting it, the rest of the world will follow.
Awesome. And then I guess, one more question that I also have for you is this. So, will this partnership only focus on inbound remittances to the Philippines, or are there also future plans for outbound services for our OFWs abroad?
Yeah, right now we're focused on inbound because that's the larger market. But of course, we also see the potential in vice versa. So sending outside to foreign countries, and coins could actually help us there through the QR payment collections in the Philippines. And this use case is very important also to our Filipinos, especially MSMEs here in the Philippines, who typically get their supplies or their inventory from outside the Philippines. Like, they import their goods to the Philippines, and offering our service, our fast transfers, our high exchange rates, and our low fees would be important to them.
All right. Thanks, Gio. And I guess, Sophia, so I'll pass the microphone back to you. So, in 2026, who are the target users of this upcoming outbound service? And maybe you can give a little bit of an explainer on how this will work.
Yeah, so for the outbound service next year, we're primarily targeting two groups, and I think G already mentioned one. So first would be families sending money to their children studying abroad. Second would be Filipino businesses paying international suppliers who need an efficient and cost-effective way to send cross-border payments. We already have strong interest and demand for this, so we're also really looking forward to supporting BCRemit with this. And for how it works, it's really simple. You'll be able to send funds just by scanning a QR code, and the money can go to UK, EU, Canada, or the US. And that's really exciting because it makes cross-border payments much more accessible and convenient. And with the number of Filipino students studying abroad continuously increasing, especially in the US, UK, and Canada, this service will be especially helpful for families supporting their loved ones. And it's also the same for those with international suppliers. The need is there, and we're here to address that.
Awesome. Thanks, Sophia. And I guess actually the last question that I have, so I'll give you, Gio, also the question to hype up the community that might be looking forward to this. So our BCN Remit and Coins launching promos for those interested to explore stablecoin remittances.
Yeah, so actually, right now with BCRemit, we have a promo ongoing called Triple Treats. So every BCRemit padala, you get a raffle entry for a chance to win three things. So first, we have a weekly prize of Jollibee padala, which is 2,500 pesos worth of Jollibee food that you could send to your loved ones here in the Philippines. Our second prize, our monthly prize, which is you get a chance of winning 10,000 pesos worth of remittance credits. And at the end of our promo, which I believe ends on the first week of January, we have a grand prize of 100,000 pesos. So, the more you send back home to the Philippines, the higher chances of winning.
Awesome. So Gio, Sophia, thank you so much for making the time on this Friday afternoon to have a little ask me anything and Q&A to explore more about how BC Remit and Coins is exploring stablecoin remittances. And I guess to our viewers, just keep tuned as well to our social media pages for more exciting news in case there are more feature rollouts and promos, as Gio mentioned. No? So maybe just to cap everything off, maybe Sophia, Gio, just a closing message for our audience for this Friday afternoon. So I'll hand it over to you first, Sophia.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you so much to everyone who joined us today. We really appreciate your time and the great questions, of course. And we're excited about what this partnership means for Filipinos around the world. And we hope today's session helped you understand how stablecoin powered remittances work. I hope we were able to help you see how these innovations can benefit you and your families. And this is just the beginning, and we're committed to continuing education, building better solutions, and making cross-border transfers easier for millions of Filipinos.
All right. Thanks, Sophia, also for joining us. And Gio, last word of thank you to the community and audience who tuned in this afternoon.
Yeah, no, first of all, thank you, Coins, for having me here. I heard I'm the first guest that's outside Coins to be here. So thank you very much.
Yeah, that's
And I encourage our OFWs, if anyone's listening from the UK, the EU, US or Canada, to try out BCRemit, and you'll clearly see that the funds you're sending back to the Philippines will go further, and your family will receive more compared to our competitors. So yeah,
Awesome.
thanks for having me.
Gio, Sophia, so thank you so much again for joining us for this afternoon's AMA. So I'm Jaffa, the community manager for Coins, and we'll catch you on another AMA where we can discuss more about how crypto is really evolving, finance for OFWs and Filipinos everywhere. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and have a great rest of your Friday.